Uh, well, it's I don't know what you're talking about. It's, the, it's just a matter of it's just a matter of perspective, I suppose. Greater good, no.
Lokrik's got a face like he'll let it drop for now, but this conversation's not over.
Maybe we do magic on the blue compass thing. I mean, it wasn't very nice. I mean, I understand when. I mean, if you were you're pretty good at kicking, so you don't really have to put arrow in the guy just because he's mean to you. I mean, every once in a while, oh no, the table flipped upside down. I mean, it's, you know,
That would
kind
be
of thing.
highly inefficient, given that there is a more efficient way of achieving my ends.
Lokrik's playing around with his pipe. He's tapping it on the table and cleaning and emptying the ash.
If it isn't efficient, if your way to the ends makes you evil prick. That is not the efficient way.
You might not like the end that you reach. You know what I mean, buddy? Making these choices will affect how your friends look at you, how your enemies look at you, and how the gods look at you. So be careful.
Oh yeah,
I know.
I'm worried about that. Whatever could my end be? Could it be hell? Let me guess. Yes, yes,
You
yes,
got a
it
second
could.
chance. You got a second chance here, buddy.
Not if we have something to say about it. We brought
That's
you
right.
back to life. I'm sure that we can sever your connection with hell, says Lokrik. Who's really frustrated with his pipe now. Like there's one cinder of ash that's not, coming out of his pipe, and he's banging it.
It's not participating.
He's banging it on the table, like he's a little bit irritated.
Azildan looks very cross right now.
Okay.
You expect me to break my word?
No. I
I made
expect me to do what I do.
I made a bargain. Now, it was perhaps not the most well thought out bargain, but it was a bargain nonetheless. My word is my bond.
Do you have the wording of bargain?
Well, not on me, I mean...
Okay, where do we get wording of bargain?
Oh, that would be, I believe, the third floor of the offices of Planner Wildlife Management. That would be contracts. You'll have to ask for Sylvie, if I'm not mistaken, and then you'll wait about 15 years after she loses your paperwork because she's terrible at her job.
Who lost paperwork at the shop?
That's my wife catching half a conversation.
Lokrik's just staring at Azildan. He's not quite comprehending half of what's going on. He finally stuffing his.
Where is on what plane is planar wildlife management?
Oh, that would be hell, but in Nudis.
Okay, Nudis.
Yes, not
Lemmy.
Oldis.
Is there a Nudis rod for hell?
Not on me.
Knowledge planes for Nudis in hell?
Sure.
So far.
Who is asking this?
Ukher.
Ukher is doing the knowledge plans. Got it.
Give me 2 seconds.
Don't you mocking my knowledge planes?
Okay.
35. Ukher knows stuff. He's not just a big dummy.
The first layer of hell is called Dis. Give me a second. Wait. No, the second layer of hell is called Dis. The first layer is called the Vernus.
Okay. Maybe at this they have instructions on how to get to Nudis.
I'm actually rather sure they probably do.
So we just do I know Nudis, or is it just one? It's like it's too esoteric.
No, it's like you're asking for a specific city on hell. That
Maybe Nudis is in this. We go there. we ask, or maybe Lukrik ask, or we get.
With your 35, you know that Hell is very particular about controlling pathways deeper and deeper into Hell, and that Avernus is usually where you arrive. So New Dis may either be a city on Avernus that leads to Dis, or it's on Dis that has a pathway to Avernus. That's your guess.
Is it this or that?
To get a rod to a lower layer of Hell will be extremely harder and rarer as you go down.
I am okay with murking pit fiends in their bed. Like that is all okay. So okay, we go to this place by through Dis or Avernus, and we go to contracts, and we talk to Sis or Sid or whatever, Sissy, and we fill out paperwork, and then get a copy of contract, and then we see what you actually agreed.
Before that, do you want me to ask some questions about this thing that you found, or the circle in your head?
Oh yeah, we have to kill Lemmy's problem.
Oh yeah, Ukher's got one too. We need some help with. Giant
actually
ghost
got-
snake is brother.
Your driveway.
Right, the Ouroboros.
There are actually three things a bunch of things I need to discuss with you. Remember the 100
Lukrik
armed
is going to
Titan?
help us build ghost weapons so that we can kill the thing, and then they'll also be good for the bad wraith monster things.
I can help you build some of those too. Or you can just go and buy them.
Punchy fist for Altagar.
Oh,
Or-
alright, first thing. I did some research about some of my spells, and it looks like I might be able to give you tokens that would allow you to plane shift back to Dvergholm if you're at any other material plane.
Interesting.
That's right handy. It is.
You have that ability too, Azzy. Just a reminder.
Oh, some things don't change. Hey, you're a cleric too.
You remember about that thing Ukher said about me good at kicking?
Right? He jumps 10 feet back.
I said it's handy. I meant for them.
Thank you for this.
So I figured it's best to give it to the folks that don't know how to travel on their own. I give Ukher, Loikrik, Midwick. I've given one to Altagar already.
Good. How long does it take to make these things?
Get me a small statue worth about 1,500 gold, and done. The more you can find, the more I can make. I have to attune to a specific spot. Like I'll say, to the hall of the gods. I'm like, this area is for Altagar. This area is for Ukher.
How do you make it work?
What I do is you have to memorize a specific phrase, and you break it. When you break it, you say the phrase, and it'll bring you back here.
You have to break it. So not
Right.
just statue. You need statue.
You
can
don't
break.
want a stone statue. You want something clay probably, or
No. You want
small-
stone. You want a big sturdy.
Ukher seems to like the concept of magic that activates through breaking. It's breaking magic, a whole new school of magic. How does it work? You break it.
Yeah.
It sounds like
And that's
something
it.
we should create when we create all these. When we deal with spending of the dragon holds.
Yes.
I'm assuming there's something more immediate, given that you are here and not on Nalbren with a bunch of druids.
Right. So let me tell you what
They
happened.
make fun of you for being little.
No.
We can go kick them if you want.
There is I do have a bit of bad news, Lockrick, and I apologize. But we were traveling back and forth through the plains, and one time we were traveling. I don't remember. Sorry, this is Ahmed. Does not remember the name of the rod that
Moria?
he lost. What is it? Sorry.
Amoria was the name of the layer on
I'm writing this down.
Heaven.
Tired of this crap.
Awful good heaven.
It was
Yeah.
called. Arcadia. No, the first layer was Abelio on Arcadia. Mount Clangeddon. Lone Dilemma. I will cross that off.
Well, don't cross it all the way off. Just
Lost
Cross
by
it off.
Lemmy.
It's gone. It's gone.
It's
Lost
in the
by
evidence
Lemmy.
locker in friggin'
There was a,
Arcadia.
We were traveling through Arcadia, and this fiend, it was I'm not sure what it was, but it was a very powerful creature. It wanted to steal things from an important creature's house and pin it on us. But it didn't. We foiled it, and unfortunately, they thought it was best for them to keep the rod. They confiscated it from us, and there was nothing I could do about it. I'm sorry.
His eyebrows are going like this. The more you're talking.
Ukher's going to wander over, grab a barrel
Yep.
of like a barrel of ale. Just going to wander back.
Lokrik, calm down. I'm sorry, my friend.
Ukher's pouring a couple of mugs.
It was the only way for us to
sticking them on
travel
the
back and
table.
forth, and when we did, it just
Ukher gives the
This
mug
thing-
with the
this
smudge
thing
on it to
pulled us in.
Azildan.
That planet rod led to the house of my god.
I'm aware of that, and now I do have Paxia. I'm sorry, but I do have Paxia as a friend of mine. I can summon her to a fight, and I would like to communicate with her when there is time to see if there is time, if I can get a rod from her, if I can purchase a rod from her. For you, not for me.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Yeah.
Done buttoned this up, didn't you, lad?
Ukher's giggling like he's trying not to giggle. He's not really good at it.
No.
He's like, you fucked up so bad. He's
Shut
like,
up.
you fucked it up so bad.
I like how it was. Oh, there was this evil guy, and they took it. Not we abused the rod to the point where the angels went
Shut up.
and took it away from
Hey,
us.
that's what happened. 37.
But we couldn't get our 7 circle spells.
37.
Ah.
It sounds like you have a path to fix it, and to get another one.
Yes, there is. That's
I had plans for that rod.
right. I understand. I'm sorry about that.
What better
It's-
way than to convince dwarves to our cause than to have the ability to visit the home of the gods?
Really? Follow me and I'll send you to Evan. That's not... Sounds kind of bad in the wrong context, is all I'm saying.
Lemmy will actually do a sending later on in that day to Paxia.
Okay.
But
Does it go through or is it...
oh crap, that's right. Yeah,
Oh.
that's right, eh?
I don't know.
Has anybody noticed that we can't do sending spells anymore?
Yeah. We knew that for like over a week.
It's been a few days for us. All right. The second thing, we made it to Nalbren. We found Galeth. We saved him. He was gonna die. And we found.
Ukher drinks a sending potion, and the message is, "You, you messed up, ha ha ha."
You're sending it to Lemmy? Yep. Who's standing 10 feet away. Okay, Lemmy, after 10 minutes you receive a sending.
Oh no, it's a. I'm an alchemist.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a drink the potion.
Instant.
Drink. You screwed up. Ah.
You arse.
Look,
So,
looks to
Galeth-
Ukher and then
Galeth-
looks to Lemmy-O, and he's just shaking his head.
Galeth was on a quest, and he was controlled
He
by.
says in Dwarven children, he goes over and fills his mug.
Galeth was on a quest and he was controlled by a curse, powerful curse. We lifted it, and we were able to rescue him from whatever he had put himself into, and he's doing well right now, and we're doing things for his own world.
Ukher, that mug that I said I grabbed for Galeth before coming, this is when Ukher grabs that mug to give to Galeth.
Right.
As a gift for.
We found the druids. We found a way to Yig. It was protected. It was guarded by a Titan, an actual Titan, King of the Fomor.
Knowledge me.
There were thousands of orcs. It was an army. Basically, what was happening is they had teamed up with the orcs, the giants there, and they're deformed-looking things. They're very large. They're huge. Some of them,
Knowledge
and they're
planes?
very strong.
Knowledge planes?
Yep. You're just asking about Titans in general?
Yeah, what's a Titan? Do I know is Titan 30?
The race was old when the world was young. Titans are very near to the divine. When the gods... They did battle with the gods. When the gods first became a thing, some of the Titans actually birthed gods. And many of the Titans, they were defeated, but there are still angry beings that have been locked away in various parts of the multiverse that are still a threat.
Lemmy, come, Lemmy. I have a very serious question.
They're jealous of the gods' adoration that they receive from mortals.
You didn't try to fight Titan without me, did you, Lemmy?
I suggested that we go and wait for you all. However, Altagar and Donovan gave me the thumbs up to go ahead. So, unfortunately, we did. However, it's still alive because it almost killed us. We escaped.
It's argued now whether or not the Titans are older than the gods, or the gods are older than Titans. But the Titans are definitely older than some of the gods.
Titan.
Big, strong.
What happened was on Nalbren, if you remember, you cannot cast beyond a certain level of spell. A certain circle of spell.
Oh yeah.
However, Yig, which was right at the edge of where we were fighting, does not have that boundary. They were able to cast their higher circle spells across the boundary and fight. Donovan, I, and Altagar were doing a good job of holding our backs and our fronts, but as soon as he came through, one hit from that Titan and it would have killed us. So we retreated, and here I am. It's been a day that I've been waiting for you. It's been a while. I've been waiting for you now, and we need to get back as soon as possible because they're probably amassing and heading towards the druids now. The other thing.
There's more. But wait, there's more.
But there's
You're
more.
just full of good news, aren't you?
He looks at Midwick. The Empire is there, and one of they have a druid of Sylvanas that's actually representing them over there, and the Empire apparently has the Empire has an area of
29
that world.
Sylvanas is the
that they control.
lawful neutral nature guy.
Sure, yeah, You thought it was just a druid that protects like a druid god that protects nature. It's on a long list. Like, you recognize the name from a long list of nature gods that you read about.
Right. So this
I read about with this magic circlet I have on my head.
That's
this
right.
circlet read about.
It's just this long list of nature gods, and you actually don't know if it's lawful. Like you from your knowledge, you did not pick up on the lawful part.
So you want us to pull this druid's robes over his head and
no, I'm just letting you know.
kick him in the leg?
But the Empire is in that world, and they have a big part of the land. And remember when I told you about the 100-armed Titan that was summoned on Yig?
Yes.
Apparently the orcs summoned that specific Titan, and he's got a ring of the gods on a medallion on his neck.
Two Titans on Nalbren.
There are two Titans, and he's attacking the Empire of the he's attacking the Empire on their land.
Do Titans learn?
Good. Let him kill them all.
Or are they like before that?
What do you mean?
I don't want to fight an Ekaton cherry with guns.
Don't introduce it to the Marilith that Midwick.
Hey, it's out of my control.
See, a
DM
Marilith
level
with
problems.
guns is bad. But an Ekaton cherry with guns is
That's horrible.
it's a whole a whole nova level.
I'm going to consider this a player request.
Damn it!
Everyone dies.
Walk away from the
you
table,
have to
Adam.
get the
Just walk
Ekaton
away.
cherry first,
Walk away
so it
now.
doesn't get a chance to learn about guns. Were there any people using guns in the city where it attacked? Please say no.
Oh, because it's attacking the Empire? Right, it could pick up 100 muskets, or 50 muskets.
Or pistols. Or,
Well, the Empire doesn't allow
The
pistols
revolvers
to-
into
oh,
like,
right.
mass production.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing because just 100 revolvers.
Yeah, this is something that you guys may not know, but through
Yeah.
Midwick's story meta knowledge, you guys know that.
Midwick would understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, of course.
Who's sitting right there,
He was sitting right there.
brooding.
You better hope it doesn't. You better hope it doesn't. Hasn't picked up those damn guns. We got some that we can't deal with.
We just need a better spell for gun.
what? What do you mean we need a better spell for it?
I don't understand what this guy's talking about.
Guns are like thing that make you
Die.
hurt something easy, but it is not like bow, where like you can. The better you are with it, the more deadly it is. Bow is better.
I'm sure there are enchantments that you can place upon armor, says Lokrik, because he's obviously thinking that may allow you to deflect such things.
Yes. Or
Yeah, you can do that. You can
maybe
definitely do that.
use thick skin.
Ukher's sort of like scratching at his skin. I've got DR.
The best thing you can do is not get hit.
All of us cannot be as dexterous as Azildan here.
That
Which is
a shame,
just
'cause
basically-
it does come in quite handy.
Monk, right? Like, what's your touch AC, Azildan?
What's his touch AC is his AC basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like the gun monk from what's that movie with the gun monks? The gun
Equilibrium.
fu? Equilibrium.
Equilibrium.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is an excellent film.
And there are some potions.
Lokrik nudges Azildan. Do you want me to have a look at the thing?
Yeah.
Ukher
I do.
nudges Azildan.
Yeah. Make a look at thing.
Okay. Can somebody subtract? What do you want me to ask about it?
Ask what it finds and what that thing does.
Well, one spell could be used on, and he points to your forehead, and one spell can be used where he points at your belt. He doesn't actually see the thing because it's stowed somewhere, but
Yeah.
he points
Why
at
do
your
you
belt.
want to use a spell on his man parts? Oh, the scandal.
All right. He'll cast 2 legend lores, and he's basically asking Azildan what questions you want. Can somebody subtract 500 gold pieces worth of spell components from the party?
Certainly. I'm on
No,
my
And then another 200 because he will. I'm assuming he carries around the ivory for his spell components. These are foci, so I'm going to add these to his sheet.
Okay.
He carries around 4 slivers of ivory, for legend lore worth 200 gold pieces. Can I? Makes me think of stuff from Bullet Witch or Bayonetta.
If you're not familiar with Bayonetta, Bayonetta is good.
I should write these things down. Is what you're saying?
Bayonetta is worth.
I recently picked up the complete 4 seasons of Samurai Jack. I'm going to rewatch those.
Which is excellent.
Yep. Bullet Witch.
If we're shouting out for product placement, Joe Denver's Lone Wolf on Steam, or I think it's on Xbox as well, is awesome in terms of like an role playing game. It's mostly text based. It's like you're filling out a book and you're making decisions, and it's
okay.
Really nice.
Mark, can you write the question? Basically, legend lore brings to mind the legends about an important place or thing. If the person think blah blah blah.
Okay. Where do you...
actually, there isn't a specific question. You just kind of
you learn about
the history of the thing. Anybody who was 11th level who touched it gets.
All right. So, Lokrik, which one do you want first?
The compass itself.
Okay. Let me open a notepad.
Stuck on my forehead.
All right. So he casts a spell. It takes
What's this thing stuck in my skull? Please help me.
He takes a moment to cast a spell. The casting time is C text, which is 1d4 times 10 minutes if the thing is on hand, which is 40 minutes. So basically, he spends 40 minutes with his thumb touching the middle of your forehead as he's muttering words.
And then going, really? Still?
A couple of times, Lokrik's one good eye opens up and gives you that look like, shut the fuck up.
You sure you're doing it right? It's taking a while.
Lokrik's eye then begins to glow blue. In fact, the red gem that he's been... he doesn't wear the red gem around you guys. He does have a fake eye that he wears. That is also glowing blue. His mouth opens and there's blue light coming out of his throat. And then he stumbles back from the experience and falls onto the ground.
Okay, Azildan will rush over to help him up. Lokrik! Lokrik! Oh, you're alright.
The compass.
What happened? You're right.
This compass has been worn by a Winduke named Arkeston since the time of Sundering.
Is the time of Sundering the end of the last cycle?
The Winduke Arkeston since the time of Sundering. No. The time of Sundering was... The time of Sundering was a great... was the culmination of a great battle between the Windukes and the Queen of Chaos.
Oh, alright, man.
Where an artifact of great power was broken.
Ukher nudges
this compass is used.
Find the pieces. It gets pieces. Pieces.
To help the bearer find the pieces in order.
So you don't just have to find the pieces, you've got to find them in the right order. So, just because I'm not sensing a piece here now, doesn't mean there's not a piece here.
I do not know how many pieces there are.
Where was Sunder?
There's a great place. It is a battlefield. I think it was called Hesh's plane. I got a glimpse of it. It was nothing like I have ever seen before. Gods and titans fought there.
Did you see any...
He clasps your shoulder, Azildan. This Queen of Chaos will eat everything. I mean everything.
Yes, what chaos does.
So...
It's been used countless times. That part does not make sense.
What does it make?
I don't know.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense?
No. Well, the big thing, if it was used many times, then big thing was broken many times, so you have to put it together and break it.
I think Ukher is right. And he seems surprised by that. Of course, he
28!
Man, you're judged by how strong you are, not by how smart you are.
Alright.
Okay, so I'll paste the learnings
Yeah.
there, and I'll paste it in the journal. Or maybe, or its own page. Where do you want it, Mark?
No, journal's good. Journal's good. I like that.
There is problem then. Oh, no. We need to know when the last one broke and where the last one broke to find the pieces where the last one went.
That's not necessarily true. It might have been broken and then taken to different parts of the multiverse. It's what I would do if I wanted to hide something.
Well, you got to think that person... Let's pretend for a second that blue guy is good guy and Chaos Lady is bad guy. You use thingy to fight bad lady, and the breaking it is some sort of using the thing.
Unless the Chaos Lady's the one who broke it, in which case she would want it in as many random places as possible, so the good guy could not reassemble it.
But then why wouldn't she just, like, why would you find one on trade place?
It is... The artifact is a weapon of law. And I mean law with a capital L.
It's fantastic. Someone's got a big smile.
It's very overrated.
Right. So, okay. Alright, I guess. Just keep
Azildan,
an eye out for that thing. That
I
compass.
think you are the first mortal to ever have this compass.
Would I be the first mortal to use the artifact?
That I do not know.
He hands him the wand.
Okay?
Are you sure you're ready for this?
It's got cursing. Don't.
You just sort of
don't
hand it,
touch.
yeah, he touches it, and you notice Lokrik steals himself.
It'll make you a better ruler.
No, it'll make you a cleaner ruler. Not same thing.
Tina is better.
Lokrik's breathing heavy. Both of his hands are clasped around the wooden stick.
Rulers need to get dirty.
He slowly puts it down. I'm putting on my armor in an inefficient way, is what he says to himself.
See, it's helping already.
Wait until it says your morning is bad because you're not eating while you're pooping, and then you're gonna poop and eat at the same time to save a minute.
Okay,
Not
Lokrik arranges the spell components and the 4 bricks of ivory in a very careful way this time, much more symmetric, much more neat.
How long did it take him to do it?
A couple of minutes. Last
How long
time,
did it take
this
him to do it
time,
last time?
this time it's taking him probably about 10 minutes to do it.
See, it's taking him 5 times as long to set up his dominoes. Here,
To
watch
set it
this.
up.
And he pokes one of the ivory.
He just simply moves and puts it back into the place where it's supposed
To
to
set
be.
it up, but you watch, he'll do the spell faster now.
Oh man. He will.
You can't do it any
Statistically, he will. Oh, you bastard!
He
Oh
will,
no!
And Azildan will be right.
Okay. He begins to cast a spell.
Kenny.
He does it in 30
You
minutes.
spent at least 10 minutes organizing the stuff. At least maybe 11.
Yeah, but you know what? Now he knows how to set it up efficiently, so it'll be set up faster and he'll cast a spell.
This time there's no blue stuff that comes into his face, although he spends quite a bit of time with his hands close to but not touching the 4-inch long kind of broken stick. Now that you guys have it in better light, it does look like a wand end, like a well used wand, but there's some sort of geometric, almost like carving pattern interlocking thing that is at the other end of it. It doesn't look like it was broken. It looks like it was like disassembled.
Can Midwick look at that?
Yeah,
Give him some,
Midwick's just sort of leaning in and looking at it.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Do I need to roll anything, or just like, this looks like it fits in another piece? Another piece would have the same shape, only the opposite. It's called a negative mold.
That which was sundered on Pesh's plain holds back Chaos's reign. Yet the Vati's deed shall remain undone until the 7 again become one.
7 pieces.
6 to go then.
This one is called Ruat.
Does it do anything other than, be a piece?
Yes. It has a very minor cure spell that has been augmented to beyond what even Hierophants can cast. Thrice per day you can say Ruat with it in your hand, and it will heal you. He's describing an augmented Cure Light Wounds that does 1d8 plus 20
Sweet!
healing. 3 times per day.
Cares plus 20 healing.
And it's caster level 20.
Okay, awesome.
Excellent.
Alright, and I will put that down. That which was...
Isn't this considered
sundered.
an epic item?
It's an artifact.
Oh, okay.
That which was sundered on Pesh's plane holds back Chaos's reign. Yet the Vati deed shall remain undone until the 7 again become one.
So
This is the first piece.
the order thing is kind of a dick. They should have made the compass better, so it didn't have to be an order.
It's a mite inconvenient, I admit. But there must be a reason for it.
7 is a magic number.
You're just making that up now.
No. Schools. 7-fold veil. 7 school magic.
The number of mountains in heaven. Number 7.
Colors in prismatic spray. Lemmy is very quiet as he gargles his beer and not turn on his microphone.
Come on. Look, Rick. Do you assemble these parts as you find them, or just in the end? I mean, I guess we'll find out as soon as you get the second one, but
I would
it fits,
have to
should it
cast the
fit?
spell again, maybe when we have gathered two. I
Alright.
do get the sense that there is a secret to reassembling.
Most things that need to be reassembled that don't go well, you just do it harder, and then they go.
And something about...
That's not true at all. Why? He's looking at you confused. Like, why would you think that?
Something about... Chaos not wanting these things to be reassembled.
Well, of course not. Now,
To the point where there may be consequences if you try to reassemble them incorrectly.
maybe that's why you have to find them in order.
That makes sense. There's
Okay.
a specific order of the way you put them together, then.
And I do recall saying this about the thing to Azildan. Azildan knows or recognizes the geometric patterns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Part of
Does this fit any part of the...
Yeah, the thing that you've been trying to carve, you realize is...
But there were 8.
Yeah, I know. And that should
Yeah, okay.
be curious.
That
Mark,
did not... Yes.
if you plan to continue in your current position, could you move your camera down?
Oh, sorry.
You look like a small child.
So eight
Sorry.
yeah, 8 is weird, and Azildan, you're kind of looking at the end of. Are you taking the stick back now?
Yeah.
Okay. You notice Lokrik's eye is following you as you take the stick. He's watching
I
where you're
don't
putting
want
it.
to touch stick. You touch stick all you want.
It's you realize that the thing you were trying to carve and why you had such a hard time doing it is actually 8 different sigils, but there are only 7 pieces, and this seems to be an odd thing.
It doesn't make sense,
A
though.
might bit chaotic, wouldn't you say?
Lawful doesn't mean understandable.
It's going to require another piece.
It's going
After
to
we
require
find the 7.
6 more pieces.
No, it's going to require 7.
7 more pieces? There's 7 in
No.
total, correct? What's with you guys? You said 7 pieces. You put them in order. Done.
Okay. The thing that you're looking at is about half of one of the symbols.
Oh, that's why. This is only half. We'll find the other half. Or make it. Can I sketch what a first piece should look like when it's complete? Or carve?
From the description, it sounds like you have a line with a
Yep.
like a Y, like
So,
a line with
so
a thing sticking up the side.
Azildan knows that he's got a choice. He can either, assuming that it's a big stick, that the stick continues, he
Yeah.
could
Or...
he could basically let me find a prop to do this.
It's the pipe fitter game.
No, I'll just fingers
can't
are good
see
prop.
it,
So
and I don't have-
so you know that you can fasten another piece probably this way. Of course, you need to look at the other end. But Azildan, being a trickster and someone who bends the rules of things, you're also seeing the possibility of perhaps attaching another piece this way.
You're breaking up, I can't hear you. Which is
He
weird.
made a
because
very
you're-
excellent point with his fingers. He's made a very obtuse angle.
I heard nothing.
All right, Mark. Given
you
that you're a
hear- can you
trickster
hear Marty?
and you're all about bending the
Okay,
rules,
that's better, yeah.
Um,
Yes.
you while you need the second piece to actually see it, you can see that you have an option. Like, and of course, you need to verify this when you get the second piece. You might be able to attach the second piece like this, the way it's supposed to be, or like this.
Okay.
A way that-
Yeah, I have no cameras for any.
Okay.
Either you can make it a straight line, or you could make it like
A stick or a boomerang?
Or I can curve
70-degree
Or
angle.
you can curve it, yeah, a kind of
80
like a
degrees.
slight angle.
Yeah. Azildan wants to curve it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Looking to curve that.
All right. You know
Trying
that
to
that's
make
not
it as
how it's
low
supposed to
shaped as
be,
possible.
but yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But it
Well-
will fit.
Yeah, and
Which is
you
usually
need
the
you
rule.
need the second piece to really know. But the symbols that you've been drawing have something to do with maybe putting it together.
Winduke Lego sucks. It's only got 7 pieces.
She's like, what, 5 and up? Come on.
You gotta put it together in order. You only get one fucking piece at a time. You have to go this piece and this piece. Okay, what do we got? Oh, it's a real hard puzzle.
IKEA furniture.
Each of the pieces has a
Well, I
power.
have a great deal to contemplate now.
Each of the pieces, I think, has a power, says Lokrik. I did not see what the others could do, but they are more than the sum of their parts. Artifacts sometimes, when they come in pieces, have resonating powers.
Oh, resonating.
Donovan does it better.
Oh.
I will think about that.
Okay,
He, Lokrik does lean in. Everyone hears the whisper, but he's strongly advising in his most kingly, friendly way possible. Like, I'm your friend. I'm the king of this place. Keep that safe.
Don't worry, I intend to.
All right.
I gotta go eat supper because someone spent all day cooking, so I have to at least make an appearance at the table.
Got it.
Back in like a few minutes, right?
Okay. Cool.
Starting the fight now.
Shut up!
All right. So then,
You have
then
lots of role playing to do.
the next morning, Lokrik warps you guys to Arthur Sate. You had your conversation with. We kind of went back in time, so you had your conversation with Galeth, and then you warped again to the Druid Circle, and that's where I would like to.
Ukher gave Galeth the mug that he
Yeah.
grabbed from the King's Hall. That was
right,
that
that's
mug.
right.
That he...
And there was that bit of joke where you do definitely learn that that curse is now broken. He does warn you that you should be wary of Morgana or Morgan Le Fay.
She's going to get a surprise next time we see her. It'll be a. How you doing? Whack.
God, we leveled. What?
We leveled. You guys are funny.
I mean, let's be cool. Let's be straight about this. That's what Lemmy and the others did kind of last game when we really shouldn't have, either at the Druid Circle or on Yig.
Well, I'm going to go to the Standing Stones of Kalan.
So's everybody. Oh, crap.
First, I'll go to Nalbren to show you where the Standing Stones are. So you warp from Arthur Sate, which is a demi-plane of its own on an island. The whole island's on its own pocket dimension. And then you warp over towards...
Going, why don't you just pray to me, man? Just pray.
You guys arrive via wind walking, or was it teleporting, or... I think it was teleporting.
It was teleport.
We teleport to Arthur Sage, and then we move...
No, it's
Then
a
we
plane
teleport.
shift to
Sorry, we plane shift, and then
from
we...
Arthur Sate, and the plane shift is targeted because of the Mio.
Got it.
The Mio.
All right, so I'm back at the Standing Stones. I'll put the party along with Danekinder. Midwick was hiding because some of the druids were yelling about bringing guns into the circle, and there was a conversation where we left things off here. So I'll put the giants all back where they were.
Oh, how big are the stones?
They're
No,
huge.
Ukher. No, Ukher. don't think about it.
Ukher's looking
Don't even
at
think
stone.
about it.
All right, so there was the yelling as like, how dare you bring those guns here? You know, don't you know how much suffering our people have had with under the yoke of the Imperium, and the Zode Father was in the center.
He's here to fight the Imperium. We hope.
Shut up, asshole.
Okay, right now Gnarlcrown is in the center, chatting with the Zode Father, who does glance at the new visitors, but there's a chance for everyone to catch up.
Gnarlcrown? Actually, Ukher...
Donovan,
do you
actually,
still have-
tensions are high because some of the druids are pointing wands at where they saw Midwick disappear. They're really touchy about the gun things. So Briar of Zode and Ekin of Nalbren are basically looking for Midwick. They look like they will cast spells upon him if they see him.
It's all right. He is on our side. He is someone who has escaped the dire clutches of the Imperium.
Dire clutches. What a fancy set of words that you use.
Yes, they are particularly fancy when his entire people were enslaved and forced to create weapons of destruction.
So you're saying that he's to blame?
Asshole! Comes out of the mouth.
One could say that he
bounces
was
off
to
one of the
blame.
rocks.
His family line did acquiesce to the Imperium, but he has rebelled. He no longer makes weapons for them. At great
Midwick,
peril to himself and to his family.
Midwick actually comes out.
You notice that some of the druids, Lemmy-O, you can hear them speaking in Druidic. The Zode Father and Gnarlcrown are actually, and the Treant, are chatting about the weather today. You notice that it's kind of stormy today. Like really stormy skies and
Midwick, Lemmy goes to listen in.
Okay, you go to the center.
Yeah.
Are you the one, Lemmy-O, that summoned this foul weather here today?
No, I didn't. I can clear it.
So many druids, says Gnarlcrown. It could be anyone, Zode Father.
Zode Father's just, his head bounces up and down a little bit. His beard and face hair and and
His
hair all
hair.
kind of bouncing along with it. He must use pert.
What's that, guys?
His luxuriant
What?
hair.
Shampoo? Why would you put in your hair? Anyway.
He does arch back to take a look at the sky. The sky looks pretty angry.
What? Well, whoever cast it here must have cast it from the circle, right? Because it's like meta. This is a high circle spell.
Yep.
So whoever did it was here. Wasn't an enemy. Also, Gnarlcrown, I do have something for you.
What is it, Lemmy-O?
There's two things. The first is
There's a lot of our people.
no, there's a pocket dimension in Vosgard that is well guarded. There's only one, as far as I know, there's only one key to its entrance, and we have the key for it. It was home to a creature before, but we've destroyed the creature. We still have to go and clear it.
Are you
However-
talking about where you found the vampire?
Sleeping Willow.
Ah,
Yeah,
the sleeping
I
knot.
think it's called the Sleeping Knot. If anything, that would be one place that our people can make a home. The second thing, and I mean, I would obviously help with the transportation of our people here to Vosgard.
Okay.
But the second thing is, he pulls out the big nut. I'm not sure exactly if this is helpful to you or not, but
You still have it.
yes, of course, I would not use
his
this
hands. His hands go down, kind of, He bends
Yeah,
over.
I give it to him.
Okay, you hold it out. He's actually not grabbing it from you, but sort of like he sees an aura around it or something that you don't see.
Yes,
I-
Lemmy. Yes, you should guard.
The reason I want to give it to you is because I fear that I may fall in this coming battle. And I would not want the enemies to have this.
I shall hold it for you, I suppose. But this should be used wisely.
Right. I've had it protected in the heavens for a long time.
Perhaps my judgment was hasty. Hard it was to separate you from your cousin. I cannot hold your cousin's visage in my mind. It slips away whenever I try to think about.
It's very difficult to find. I know that. I've tried to find him.
He's shaking
I've
his
got-
head.
What were we talking about?
Talking about the the sleeping knot being a haven for our people in Vosgard.
When this is over, perhaps I will go there with you and have a look.
Of course. I didn't hear when I told him, when I offered it to him. You kind of chopped up when I offered him the seed just in case I fall.
Perception checks.
Perception checks of
Everyone that's
Everybody.
gathered. There is something that is descending into the center of the circle from on high. It is gargantuan, maybe even colossal. It has a number of things that are coming.
40 is
Along with it.
Donovan.
I'm trying to find my perception. There we go.
And 30 is Ukher.
45. Roll a 1.
Okay.
Silly me.
Let me gather up the ones that he could have taken with him.
Are we being ambushed?
Yep.
26. 26.
Alright, we can't start the fight without Mark, so...
No, but we can do the setup.
This is certainly true. I need to pick up my wife from the bus station. By bus station, I mean the train station at 10 after 9. So that is about 15 minutes from now.
Okay.
So the timing is going to be a little peculiar.
Yep. All right. What is the upper limit on plane shift? It's 8 people, right?
I believe it's yourself plus 8 creatures.
Plus 8. Okay. And then Windwalk can be divided evenly amongst people?
Yes, but Windwalk has a limit that's like a teleport.
Got it.
But it doesn't have a size. Like, larger creatures don't eat up more.
Got it. Okay.
But there's a minute for us to prepare if they're coming out of the cloud.
Not unless it's being dispelled.
Sure, it still takes time to shift.
One second. What if they're invisible? Can you guys see invisible?
Maybe.
Not right now.
If they had a way to be invisible long enough to windwalk somewhere because they can't cast a spell when they're in the form.
That's correct.
I'd like a minute to drink pharmacy, please.
Nope. Let's figure out what their complement of 8 people are.
They are, I believe the word is dead. D-E-D, dead.
You're attacking here? Oh my.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Get ready to weep at the ashes of Gnarl Crown. Hey, no way. He's big, he's old, he's grumpy, he's made some mistakes, he's fucking dead, man.